Traditional recruiting doesn't work for auto shops. And if you're still posting job ads on Indeed and just hoping that a qualified tech will walk through the door, you're literally burning money. I've talked to over 200 auto shops in the past month, and here's what I keep on hearing. We've posted our job ads on Indeed for around a month, and we just get no qualified applicants. Or, my personal favorite, we just get sandwich technicians who apply for our role. But here's the thing, whilst you're competing with every other shop who's using the same broken system, there are shops out there who haven't struggled to hire a tech in years. So in today's video, I'll be pulling back the curtain on why traditional recruiting fails for auto shops and what successful auto shops are doing differently that's getting them results. If you're new here, my name is Nemisi and I'm the founder of Next Orbit AI, where we build AI recruiting systems for auto shops that generate qualified candidates on autopilot. I built AI systems across multiple industries that have seen considerable return on investment for our clients, and I share everything from real client work right here on this channel. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to break down the 3 fundamental reasons as to why traditional recruiting is completely useless for auto shops. And more importantly, I'll be showing you what's working in 2026 and beyond. Because really, the shops that figure this one out aren't just filling positions now, they're building a deep bench of people that they can call on whenever they need to hire again. So here's the first problem, and stay with me on this for a second. It's going to sound completely obvious, but most shop owners truly do get this wrong. You're fishing in the same overfished pond. Think about it. The best techs, the ones who show up on time, the ones who know what they're doing, and the ones who don't need their hand held for every single job. Where do you think they are right now? They're working. They're not searching on Indeed for a new shop at 2 a.m. But here's where it gets worse. When you post your job ad on Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, you're doing the exact same thing that all the other 99 shops in your area are doing. The same platforms, the same generic job descriptions, the same competitive pay promises. You're fighting over the same tiny pool of people who are actively searching for jobs. So I'm going to paint a picture that I hear from most shop owners. You post a job ad on Indeed for a A-level master tech. You're offering $30 an hour, full benefits, literally the whole works. You get maybe 4 applicants in 2 weeks, and 3 of the 4 applicants, the hardest thing that they've worked on is an oil change. But here's the thing you don't realize when you post a job ad on Indeed. There are probably around 15 qualified techs who fit the bill for your shop within a 10-mile radius of your shop. But really, the problem here, none of them are looking for the job right now. They're working, maybe not entirely happy with their current job situation, but they're not actively searching for a new opportunity. This is what recruiters call the hidden job market. The best candidates, the cream of the crop technicians, the ones that you want in your shop, they're not actively looking. Therefore, if you just default to the normal recruiting methods, you're already eliminating 80% of the talent pool. But you see, the thing is, most shop owners, they keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So that's the first reason why traditional recruiting fails. And the second reason why it fails, I hate to say it, but your job ad is boring as hell. And before you get defensive, let me explain what I mean. I want you to do something. I want you to pull up your phone, search automotive technician in your area. What do you see? Seeking experienced technician with 5 years plus experience, must have own tools, competitive pay, benefits available. Literally every single auto shop says the exact same thing. None of them talk about why the tech should work for your shop. You see, most of the job ads which are on Indeed right now, they're just listing requirements like you're ordering parts from a catalog. But here's the thing, good techs, they aren't just looking for a job or even just a paycheck. They're looking for a place where they can grow, where they can be respected, where they can actually be heard by management. And I know your shop probably ticks all those boxes, but I need you to ask yourself a truthful question. Are you accurately reflecting that in your job ads? So I had a call with a shop owner this month. Let's call him Dave. See, Dave was frustrated because he had been trying to hire a diag tech for the past 6 months. So I asked him, Dave, why would a technician choose your shop over all the other shops in your area? And his answer, he was like, well, we pay well. That was his entire proposition, is that they pay the most. But here's the thing, everyone thinks that they pay well. The dealership down the road thinks that they pay well. The chain store thinks that they pay well. Your independent competitor across the road thinks that they pay well. So pay is no longer a differentiator in this technician shortage. But let me tell you about a shop owner which I spoke to this month that literally paints a completely different picture. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah owns a transmission shop in Colorado. And I asked her the exact same question. And her response was a night and day difference. You know why? Because she just wasn't looking for a hired gun. She was looking for someone to join her family. And her prior recruiting results were a testament to that fact. So instead of saying seeking experienced technicians in her job ad, she wrote things like, our lead tech has been working for us for over 15 years. So in her job ad, instead of just saying, experienced technician wanted and listing off bullet points like you're ordering from a catalog, she spoke about the culture. She spoke about what makes their shop different and why a technician would want to work for them. She spoke about how some of her technicians had been with them from 15 years, the training opportunities which are available. Spoke about an employee who started off as a lube tech and is an ASE certified master tech right now at this moment. When you put stuff like that in your job ad, you'll be surprised at the number of applicants which you get in a matter of minutes. So in the exact same market, in the same skill shortage which everyone is complaining about, Sarah is able to get 15 to 20 qualified applicants each and every single week. Yes, week, not month, week. The difference is that she's not just selling a job, she's selling a future for someone. Therefore, if your job ad can be copy-pasted by some of your competitors and not have a single word change and still make sense, you're doing something wrong. You are competing on features and not benefits. And in a market where good techs have truly a world of options, that's just not going to cut it anymore. So here's the third biggest problem with traditional recruiting methods. It's that you're being reactive instead of proactive. You wait until someone quits, then you panic and start posting job ads. But by then, you're totally screwed. I hate to admit it. So if we paint this in a business perspective, if your lead tech quits and gives their 2 weeks notice, what happens to productivity? What happens to your customer wait times? What happens to your stress levels? You immediately start operating at a disadvantage. But here's what most of the successful shops are doing differently. They're always recruiting. Not because they need someone right at this very moment because they've got an unfilled bay. They just recruit because they know they'll need someone eventually. If someone will be off sick, if someone will leave, or if they just want to expand their shop. And when that time comes, they won't be starting from zero. They already have a bench of technicians which they can call on any time. So let me tell you about a shop owner I was speaking to over a cold call. Yes, I do cold calling. I'm not the spawn of Satan, but I do cold calling. So he was talking and he was saying that I've grown my tech base from 6 techs all the way to 12 in a matter of 18 months. So why would I need your services? And that was a really good question, and I didn't have any rebuttal or kind of way to get over that. So I realized, my natural curiosity took over, and I was like, how did you do that? Like, that is very rare in the kind of market which you're in right now. So I asked him and he said, I'm just always recruiting, whether I need a tech or I don't. It might sound crazy to some, but when you look at it from first principles and just use some logic, what's the worst thing that can happen when you have an extra skilled person on your team? You can take more work on, you can reduce everyone's overtime, you don't have to panic when someone wants to take vacation. You have a buffer. It's absolutely genius. This guy had his recruiting on point. But if you look on the flip side of that and you're short-staffed or someone in your shop quits, now you're working 70 hours, your techs are burning out, your customers are waiting longer, that's just a recipe for disaster, and you're looking to hire just anyone to fill that bay. Therefore, the shops that just never seem to struggle, they're not just better at hiring than you, they're just hiring at the right time, at a time which allows them to be picky about who they want, fully vet a candidate before they bring him into the team to make sure that he's actually a fit. They're hiring at a time that will allow them to explore options. But traditional recruiting methods, job boards, classified ads, or even in some cases, recruiting agencies, they're all designed for reactive hiring. They're all built on the assumption that you need to hire someone right now, which means that you're always negotiating from a place of weakness and need. So let me ask you this. How much money are you actually spending on recruiting? And I'm not talking just about the money which you're spending on boosting job posts. I'm talking about the overtime which you're paying because you're short-staffed, the customers which you're losing because of longer waiting times, and the stress of being constantly one person away just from crisis. And the thing is, the good techs, the ones which you're already working with, who have been with this shop for the longest of time, they're just getting burnt out because they just have to pick up so much of the slack. And when you add that all up, the costs that shop owners incur from the problems of bad recruiting are way more than just of the cost of fixing it for good. But here's the good news. There are shops out there that have solved this problem completely. They're not posting on job boards, just praying that a qualified technician will walk through their door. They're not competing over the same 2 technicians that every other shop is. They've just actually got a recruiting system that works and brings them qualified, quality candidates each and every single month. So look, if you're tired of running on a hiring hamster wheel, just looking for that one tech, who shows up on time, who knows what he's doing, who kind of fits and gels into your existing ethos, I can show you exactly how to do it. And I'd love to, right? I've got this whole YouTube channel dedicated to exactly that, but I can't do it over YouTube comments or just some videos because I don't know your exact situation. So that's why we have free strategy sessions which you can grab down below, where we walk through your shop's situation and see exactly how we can help you out. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this video, found it useful. If you have, leave a like. If not, let me know down in the comments below. Always love some feedback. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video and enjoy your day. Cheers.